Coming to you from the Amazon Games community team, it's the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club with your host, straight out of the Rocks box, it's Rocks.
Welcome to the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club. This is where our contestants debate to prove they have what it takes not to be a Makoko. I'm Rocks, and I'm here to make sure Stoops doesn't try to sell you any more fish. Right, Makoko?
Or DPS Paladins.
Good point. And with that, let's kick off our show and bring out our first contestant. Here is Stoops.
Jazz hands.
Next up, we have Grenton.
Also jazz hands.
Lots of jazz hands today. Finally, we're bringing out Boba Jenny.
Hi, everyone.
And last but not least, maybe least, Datmods. I did not mean to hesitate. I apologize.
What did I do to deserve that?
I'm sorry. You came out last. It wasn't your fault. All right, let's get right into things with our warm-up debate. This is going to be a 2v2. Today we have Datmods and Boba Jenny versus Stoops and Grenton. For today's topic, who is better to dance with, Nia or Shauna? I see wheels turning. Boba Jenny and Datmods, I will give you both Nia. You two take Shauna. I sense that I've made the correct choice. All right, I'll give you all a minute to strategize.
At least you know how we're gonna counter it, hopefully.
Doesn't Nia look like a kid?
Yeah.
Hey, you. Yeah, I mean you, staring at your computer right now. Are you kind of sad when you watch the show because you wish you were up here debating and sharing your opinions very loudly? I have some good news for you. You can debate and share your opinions very loudly in our new Discord server. We have a Lost Ark specific Discord server that you can join to engage with other members of the community, talk to each other, and of course, share your own opinions and have your own debates. Just please make sure you do it nicely or the mods will be sad. You can join over at discord.gg/playlostark, and honestly, we hope to see you there. All right, one team has strategized, and that is good enough for me. Remember, the only rule is that there are no rules. Say whatever you want, get it all out there now, so we can be super, super serious, as we always are later. All right, debaters, are you ready?
Yeah, we are.
All right, go right ahead.
Listen, I know what you guys are gonna say, but Nia has no one to dance with. No one picks Nia, okay? Everyone picks Shauna. She's the cool chick. Nia needs someone to go to the dance. You don't want to see that little girl go to the dance crying, okay? She saved the entire village. You're a dad.
Yeah,
you know what that's like. Do you like when your kiddo crying like that, man?
Of who the best person to dance with is the pity dance. We're
It's
talking
okay,
about
man.
the
It's
best
okay.
person
How
to
is it
dance
you're
with,
like the
funnest
chaperone. You gotta make
person
sure
to dance with.
What did Shauna do compared
Shauna's
to Nia?
adventurous.
Shauna's
She's
cool.
crazy.
Shauna didn't do nothing.
She just stands in the
Spice.
corner and does nothing.
She actually was just laying on the floor. Then you had to save her.
Yeah. She's
Okay,
like
She's
you had to save her.
a damsel in
She's just a
distress.
bozo, man. You had to save her over there. She said, I smell
You're the
blood
hero.
75
That's what
times.
you're supposed to do.
There's a remix online of the only thing that she says is, I smell blood like 12 times during the story, okay?
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah.
Nia saves the village, and
maybe
she's gonna go
that's
by
good.
herself.
But
It's
the
not-
thing is, when you go dance with Shauna, you might go do the Lila, but you get the salsa instead.
She got the la too, man. And little salsa if she
I don't
wants
know.
to.
She's
And on
a little
top
bit
of
more
that,
reserved. She's a
think
little
about that.
stiff.
You don't think she deserves
Shauna's
someone to
gonna be a
dance
lot
with
better to
after
dance with.
saving everybody with the Albion scene?
Yep. Shauna's like that
I
extra in the
shift G
movie
through
no
that.
one
I only
likes.
pay attention, but still,
No.
she needs someone to dance with, Mr.
No.
Mods.
Honestly, I think
Have a
both
s-
choices are wrong. I think Berver would be
Oh.
the best to dance with.
You
That's
look
true.
like Berber, man.
And he has a ukulele. You can dance anywhere.
The right answer is Nia. She needs a dance partner. Okay, she needs a dance partner. She can't go to the dance by herself. She saved the whole village. Okay, she needs a little bit of compassion in her life. That's messed up.
But
She's crying by
that's
herself.
like a pity dance, though.
You dance with her.
You're only dancing with Shauna because you're fear for your life. She's gonna like stab you or something.
That's a good reason to dance with somebody.
She needs someone, man. Come on.
All right, I think that's gonna do it for our warm-up debate. I know we don't pick winners, but I think Datmods won with Berber.
Oh, come on, dude. This is a rig show.
I know, I'm sorry, but I make the rules.
show's
Anyway,
scripted.
we're gonna go ahead and cut to a commercial break, and when we get back, we'll get into our 1v1 debate.
Hey everyone, Neria here to tell you about my fine dining eatery, Neria's Tavern. I know what you're thinking, Neria's Tavern? That's got countless reviews for all her fine meals. Wow, rainbow candy, seafood stew, gelato, That's right, we got it all. Come on down to Nereus Tavern, where the food's hearty and filling, and I'm always happy to make you a drink or lend you an ear. And as for the atmosphere, well, it's lively and fun, just like Arcasia itself. So come on down to Nereus Tavern and see for yourself why I'm the best tavern owner in Arcasia. And don't forget to leave a review. We've got lots of them. Yum! Nereus Tavern. Come for the food, stay for the rapport.
So, we're gonna talk about Stoops. Igu Baba, El Shishe. How many more names does this guy have? How is he going to stand his ground when he can't stand on his chicken legs? I just wanna know, how is he doing that? Maybe it's because he has $1 million garage with a hot babe. But that's not the kind of guy that can see eye to eye with you. I mean, I don't have that. We can't all just be whales and keep on swiping. We can't just sit at home and pet our cats all day. So, vote me, Boba Jenny, in the live finale of the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club.
All right, welcome back. It is time for our 1v1 debate. As a quick refresher, contestant 1 will get 1 minute to make an argument, contestant 2 will get 1 minute to make an argument, and then they will both get 1 minute each to argue back. All right, Boba Jenny and Datmods. Today's debate topic is which class spends the most time on the floor? Boba Jenny, what are you feeling?
Don't say it.
Reaper.
All right, there it is. Datmods, what class do you think you'll be going with?
That's a very original choice there, Boba Jenny.
Yeah, I gotta do
You're
it.
leaving with a lot of options. I'm gonna leave mine a mystery since you picked Reaper already. I wanna unleash it on you
As
once
long
we go
as
into
it's
my
not
reasoning.
Reaper, I'll allow it.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
I'll give you both a minute to strategize. Strategize by staring at Grenton. Seems fine. Assess the Reaper.
Dude, I don't floor POV.
I'm sorry.
I'm a good Reaper, okay?
How do you feel, Grenton? How did that make you feel?
Business as usual. It's not my fault the Reapers they play with have no hands, but
I wonder what
okay, you just
Datmods
gotta
is
show
gonna
him.
pick though. I don't think he
I don't know what he's gonna pick.
Gunslinger.
It has to be I think Gunslinger. I don't think he's gonna pick Glavier because then everyone's just gonna roast him.
Which class spends the most time on the floor?
Sorks, like a bad igniter Sork, just stands there
I
trying to
really
cast a
do
doom
feel like
thing.
it is Reaper though. I actually have to be honest. I really do feel like Reaper does. I mean, the only time I invite them, because there's not that many of them. When
There's
I do
like 6.
No, but I do invite them, and they end up somehow just
At least
dying.
6.
Because you don't invite me.
I'd invite you. We could play together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then knowing my luck, I'm gonna die on the
You have
first
to
mech.
clear gate 5 first, and then
6.
We can,
I cleared 5.
No, but I'm just, you know.
Oh, I'm gonna meet you at gate 6?
Yeah, we can meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the
Carry me
hardest.
through?
If you can make it through the hardest gatekeeping gate, you know, then you can. Yeah.
You'll carry me through.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get things started. You guys feel like you've had enough time to strategize?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Boba Jenny, you came in very confident with the Reaper, so I'm gonna give you the floor first. Your minute starts now.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, but in Reaper's toolkit, there's just a lot of movement speed, and on top of that, you have to build your gauge in order to do a little bit more than napkin damage, maybe like a paper towel damage. So I feel like if you're in Brel and you have to dodge the normal attacks, you have to do all these mechs and stuff. Sometimes you might just run into a ball, get paralyzed, get knocked off of the platform and stuff like that. So I feel like just in general, since you have to move around so much, then you have more chances to either die, fall off, etc., wipe the raid, have a black and white screen. I'm just saying. So that is my argument for Reaper. It's just how Reapers are. The
Okay.
skill, not the player. I'm sorry.
All right, Datmods, you have 1 minute starting now.
Okay. So, Boba Jenny, let's look at the facts that matter. Class survivability is a developer-based problem. Every single class is balanced differently. Every single class has different health pools, different health coefficients, different armor coefficients, and this determines the class survivability in raid. Bard being the lowest, but fortunately for Bard, they accompany heavy armor in their setup, allowing them to be more tanky and allowing them to face tank more, and the company with their tool set, they survive more. Reaper is on the low end side. Deadeye's on
Yes.
the low end side.
Yes.
Gunslinger's on the low end side.
Yes.
Scouter's also on low end side.
True.
But they have shields to make them a little more tanky. So that's why I think Gunslinger is the most floor POV class in the game.
But you play with gunslingers.
Oh, but Jenny, no
Oh,
talking.
sorry.
I do play with Gunslingers, and it's a lot more high skill class than Reaper. Reapers, all they do is just auto attack, basic attack, attack from the back.
All right,
They don't
Mods,
swap
that is your
weapons or anything
time.
else like that.
But Jenny, you have 1 minute
Reapers
to
don't
make
attack.
your response. You guys
But,
shut
like-
up, please.
That's the thing. You said gunslingers, you have to switch weapons and you have to, close range, high range and stuff like that. Exactly. Gunslingers have more to do, but yet Reapers die more. So I still think Reaper is up there since you don't really find many Reapers when for example, like pugging and stuff like that. We don't see many Reaper players, but we do see a lot of Gunslinger players because even if they die a lot, they have a very high ceiling. They can do massive damage. So they can die a lot, but they also do a lot of damage, whereas Reapers die a lot, period. So I feel like generally floor POV, Reaper has more movement speed. You have to keep up the gauge, otherwise you can't really, contribute to the fight. So I still stand my ground, and I think Reaper is more floor POV.
All right, Mods, you have 1 minute for your final response starting now.
Okay. But your damage doesn't matter if you're dead. That's one of your main arguments, right? I definitely think Gunslinger's a more high skill class. You have multiple weapons that you have to rotate through. You have to keep your buffs up. You have to keep your bleeds up. In addition to that, you also have animation locks that you can only get out if you spacebar. If you're in rifle form, you got a channel. There's a lot of boss attacks that punish you. If you're in channeling and you don't have your spacebar, you'll get knocked or you have to use your time stop. In addition to that, Reapers, since they're a back attack ambush master class, a lot of times they're accompanied with their good friend, the blue gun lancer. So even though their toolkit has them always jumping and attacking from the back and using their mobility skills like that to be sticking in the back more often than not, they have additional shields and additional damage reduction that keep them alive. Whereas, Gunslinger's not. It's a Hitmaster base class, right? It has a crit buff, so usually it's paired up with berserkers. A destroyer maybe for damage down, but never really a gun lancer.
All right, that is your time. I'm going to bring the spectators over so we can discuss your argument and decide on a winner. All right, let's talk about that. Grenton, first of all, how are you just feeling? Are you
It's
okay?
Listen, I know Boba Jenny was talking about the general Reaper population and not like the Grentons of the Reaper population.
Okay.
So,
Fair
I'm
enough.
not floor POV.
Just wanted to check in.
But she did have some very good arguments when it comes to Reaper's kit because all of your mobility skills, if you're playing Lunar Voice, needs to be used to build gauge, so you don't really have a safe way to play. Hunger Reaper is a little bit more forgiving, but she kind of hit the nail on the head with the mobility skills and causing you to go into mechs that you wouldn't otherwise have to. And then dab mods when it comes to Gunslinger, I think the biggest issue with Gunslinger is the animation locks from what I see when I talk to other Gunslingers, which you really need to think farther ahead in the fight to know, do I have time to get this entire channel off, or do I have to move and micro adjust myself after? So they both had really good arguments, and as much as I hate to say it, Reaper is a pretty floor POV class. It's just a hands issue or a skill issue. So
Very
the better
big of
get at
you
the
to
class-
admit that.
Yeah, the better you get at the class, the less time you'll spend on the floor.
All right, Stoops, what are you thinking?
I mean, Datmod's got kind of shafted. That's a hard thing. It's not that easy to argue against just Reaper in general. I love Gunslingers. I think they're pretty good. They're not usually floor POV. I usually do see Reapers die the most, or Arcana, to be honest. But yeah, I think he has a hard topic, so it wasn't that easy for him.
All right, I mean, it sounds like we made a decision pretty quickly, so I'll send you back over there and we'll announce our winner. Boba Jenny, I think it's pretty obvious that you are not a Makoko. Let's go. Sorry, Datmon.
Carried by Reaper.
This is the only time Reapers can carry.
The debate's done. You can stop.
She won, she smoked you. All
You
right,
can get
thanks
roasted in the
every-
comments, man. There's a lot of angry Reaper players out
Yeah,
there.
Reaper's roaster.
There's only 5 of them anyway.
6.
All right, thank you for joining us for this week's episode of the Lost Ark Academy Debate Club. But remember, none of these arguments matter because what does matter is the season finale, which will be live where you, the community, will vote on who is not a Makoko. We'll see you next week. Dance break.
Now let's have a little bit of fun now. I'll make one track out of two now. And it's a little bit funny when I'm wrong now. But everybody's talking about the breakdown. So I break these records into pieces and fix them together just how I need them. Played in the club at 12 o'clock. And what can I say? Party non-stop. Party
I don't want this to go on YouTube, man.
Please like this video and subscribe. And your pressing of that button could change a tiny little Makoko life. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.